Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Benjamin K. Jr. Today I'm going to be teaching you how you can add an hyperlink to a PDF document, to an image, a posters, a flyer, etc. using PDF Escape and Adobe Photoshop CC-2019. And we are also going to be using another application that is called Mozilla Thunderbird. So today we're going to be using those three applications to do our work. But before we get into that, I just want to cover a few things that we are actually going to be using frequently today. There's some terms that we are going to be using today, such as hyperlink, hypertext, URL, HTTPS, and etc. So I want us to actually understand the meaning of those terms so that it will help you to carry along with the tutorial today, to not get lost during the process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my dictionary, and from my dictionary, we're going to find out and learn the meaning of those words. Okay. So now my dictionary is open. Okay, this is my dictionary. And the first thing we're going to understand is what is a hyperlink, right? What is a hyperlink? So we see here that a hyperlink or hyperlink, a link from a hypertext file to another locations or file, typically activated by clicking on a highlighted word or icon at a particular location on the screen. So a hyperlink is a link from a hypertext, okay, text file to another location. So that means if we have, for example, you see all of these, they are all examples of what we are talking about. Now, if you're familiar with the internet, you frequently visit web pages, you realize that you'll see home page, you will see, articles, you see blogs, you see gallery. Now, all of those are hyperlink from a hypertext, from another file, another location. Okay, but that only becomes active when we click on the word or the icon at a particular location. Now let's take, for example, take a look at this string right here. Okay, take a look at this string right there, and you see below there. Okay, this is for example, you say we should add, click on the highlighted word. Okay, highlighted word or a text. So below here you see noun, verb. All of these are all hypertext. They are also connected with a hyperlink. Okay. So let's see what a hypertext is. Okay, a hypertext, a machine readable text that is not sequential but is organized so that related items or informations are connected. It's a machine readable text. No, you can read it, I can read it, only the machine can read it, right? This is an example of a hypertext. As you can see here, World Web info. This is a hypertext, but it also has a hyperlink connected to this website. Okay. So now we've cleared out understanding on what is a hyperlink. Okay, it's a simple a link from a hypertext. Now, what is a hyper? A text that is active. Now, hyper in this case means something that is active, right? But it becomes active only more active than normal, right? It becomes active only when we click on it, right? That's what it says. Typically activated by clicking on the highlighted word or icon at particular locations on the screen. So today we're going to be adding hyperlinks to a text or an icon on the work that we're going to be doing today. Okay, now the next one is a URL. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have heard of this before, you are familiar with this, but it's also important that we understand everything that we're about to do today before. Okay, now a URL is an abbreviation of uniform resource locator or universal resource locator. Okay, universal resource locator or uniform. So the address of a web page on the World Wide Web, which is the one you always see normally, like www, which is World Wide Web. Okay, if you have a website and you give it an address, for example, you build a website for your company. Maybe let's say you're doing a business, right? And then you say www. Okay, let's say another typical example is Google. The address for the company Google is www. Okay, you always see that www, which is World Wide Web dot, meaning everywhere over the internet, everyone can see it, everyone have access to it, right? So www.google.com. Okay, and if you also have a website, you can also do that as well. But you have to understand. So the URL is that is your uniform resource locator. You are over the internet and you have a site. So for anyone to actually locate your website, they have to get this uniform address of yours. Okay, this uniform or universal resource locator. Without this, no one will know that you have a website and you're running a company for the world to know what you are actually serving them. So that's it for the URL. And the next one, you usually see when you log in on the internet, you always see HTTP, right? And HTTP, you always see HTTP before you get to www. So let's find out what HTTP means. Now, HTTP here is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Now, we just talked about hyperlink, okay? A link from a hypertext, okay? So this is how it all works. So this link and the text, this is how they communicate over the internet, right? You don't see that happening, but it happens between the server and the browser. So let's find out what it says. A protocol utilizing TCP to transfer hypertext request, okay, and information between servers and browsers. Okay, servers and browsers. So now we understand what the whole HTTP is doing. It's a way to communicate between the server and the browser. Okay, I say, what is Google? Now, that is a hypertext. Okay, I'm asking a question. So what happens there is when I turn that hypertext into a link, automatically, if I put it in a search engine, I say, what is Google? Then you see a whole lot of text will come down that is connected to the hyperlinks. And then when I click on that hyperlink, it takes me to the information that I want to a particular server. So to transfer hypertext requests and information between servers and browser, right? Between servers and browsers using the TCP. All right. So not to go into that so much. Now we have grabbed all of these concepts. I think now with our tutorials today, you guys are going to clearly understand everything that we are going to start doing. So the first thing we're going to do is what we are going to use for our video today. We're going to design it. And for this design, I'm going to be using Poster on My Wall. And if you haven't, if you're not familiar with Poster on My Wall, if you're a new viewer, or even if you're an old viewer, you still don't know how to use Poster My World, I recommend that you watch my previous video. Okay, I recommend that you watch my previous videos on Poster My World and understand the fundamentals of how to, use Poster My World. So I'm going to stop sharing right now, and I'm going to start presenting on Poster My World. So now this is our workspace, okay? And on this workspace, what we are going to be doing is we are actually going to be creating this poster, which we will use, as you can all already see there, this is a poster which we use to add our hyperlinks. Remember it says it becomes active when you click on an icon. These are all icons, okay? So we're going to be using these icons today to add our hyperlinks to it, all right? So let's remove Gmail from here, and let's stick with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Meet. Okay. All right. Now let's download it. So this is what we just did. As you can see, this is our poster we just made, right? It can be a poster, it can be a flyer, it can be anything, PDF documents, which we will get to that very soon. So right now, these are just icons now. They are not, you see, there's nothing there yet. There's no hypertext, there's no hyperlink, nothing. They're just icons, okay? They're the icon, all right? So now we're going to do that. We're going to transition this from just being a normal photos. We're going to add our hyperlinks to these text, to the icons, right? So let's go about doing that. Now, this is what we are going to use to add our hyperlink to that poster we just made using Poster My World. As you can see here, it's called PDF Escape. And don't worry, I'm going to put the website of this, okay? I'm going to put the URL down below in the description box where you can have access to it anytime of your choice, okay? So now we are going to use this platform. It is actually free. Or if you don't want, if you can also log in and use some premium version, but this one we're going to use free. As you can see here, use free. So that's what we are going to do today. We are going to use the free version. So once you open up this website, you can see again www.https, okay, hypertext, okay, we just talked about that, transmission protocol. Very simple. S means secure, right? And then www.worldwideweb.pdfescape.com. That means everybody over the internet can see this website and it can access to know exactly what type of website is this. So we're going to use it. So use free. That's what we're going for because it's actually free. So we click on this one, we click on use free, and you see another option is going to pop out, right? Your session time out because of inactivity, no problem. So again, in this case, you always see it happening like that. So we just click on use free, and now you click on use free. This is where you are. You can see the option to upload your document, load your URL, recent document, registered, and etc. Right? So what we want to do is we don't want to create a new PDF document. We want to upload PDF to PDF escape, or we can upload image or any other thing for that matter. Right? So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to upload the image that we just did. So this is our work and we're going to upload it. Now we are on our workspace. Okay, if you look closely, you see that you cannot read everything except by scroll from down. So in this case, you just click on this fit, okay, and you can see now you can also reduce it to 50%, and you can 100% and 200%, and you can go back to 50 or 50%. So I think 50% is going to be a bit better. So I can just zoom in a little bit so you can be able to see what I'm doing, okay? And now after we have adjusted the size, okay, the view size. So now what is our next step? Our next step is to add our links to these icons that you see here below. So this is image, this is the link. You can see here insert annotate, okay, you can see here insert annotate page, right? Insert annotate page. So we're going to be dealing with the insert tag today, right? We're going to be dealing with the insert tag. So in the insert, we have text, image, and we also have links. So let's click on our links. And once you click on the link, you can see here, there's a pop-up message that says click and drag on page to insert a new object, right? So this is how it all works. The moment you click on the links, all you have to do is to click on the object you wanted to be on, which is this one, and you're going to see a changes automatically. It's going to pop up. Now they're going to ask us for our URL. Remember, universal resource locator. We want to know if someone click on this one, where it's going to take them. And because of that, the browsers and the server will communicate and it will give us our request. Okay, so we need to put our URL. So the URL is where you have this, www and other stuff like that comes in, right? So now I want to add Google Meet. So I go to Google Meet and I'll say create a meeting for later. Okay, and here I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy it from here and go back. Okay, go back to my workspace and I paste it. Now once I've pasted it, I just click OK. There is the link already attached to that icon. And then Facebook, which is the next one, right? So again, you just click wherever you want to be right there. And okay, now I go to my Facebook page and I log in my Facebook page. Okay. I log in my Facebook page and I copy this URL, right? And I copy this URL, go back again, and I paste it. Okay. Right? I go back again. Now I've already done that. Now next is Instagram. Same thing. I go to my Instagram page and I copy this one, the URL rather, go back again and paste it. And okay. Then now next is Facebook. I'm sorry, YouTube, right? So we're gonna use this one just for practice. And now, okay, paste it. Okay. Finally, we have added our hyperlinks to all of these icons. Okay, all of these icons. Now, we also, what we're going to do now is to save it. Okay, we are going to save it. So where else do we save it? We save it here. Save documents. Okay, so we save documents. Now all of our work has been saved. As you can see right here, all of the work has been saved. Remember, when this document is coming out, it's coming out as a PDF. Okay, it's coming out as a PDF. Now the way it was going to come out as a pictures, we would do that when we are using Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. So this one is going to come out as a PDF. That's why it's called PDF Escape. Everything you do here is going to be, it's going to be converted to a PDF. So now let's download it. The green icon you see here, save and download PDF. So we save and download PDF. So let's do it. So now we save here. You can save as or you open. So I'm going to open it so we can see what we have done. Now it's open, right? You see, first of all, you look, closely at my pointer right now. You see my pointer. By the time I get to that place, it is going to change. See there? It is going to change. Why? Because there is now a hyperlink. All right. There's now a hyperlink. So let's see if what we just did is actually working. Now I'm going to click on this Google Meet first. It seems like it's working. You see, now it's open up to Google Meet, right? Now it's okay. I get that. I go back again and Facebook. You see, it's working. Okay, and I'll go back again and Instagram is also working. Finally, YouTube. Definitely, it is working. Okay, guys. So that's how it all works using a poster, using an image, a flyer, and etc. But what about PDF documents? What about PDF documents? Okay. What if I want to add put a PDF documents and there in the documents I also want to add my website to it. I want to add my URL, my web address. Okay, let's go and get into that, right? So I'm going to stop sharing and okay. So what are we going to do is we're going to make a document, a Word document, and convert it into PDF and actually work with that. So this is what we're going to do today. Okay, we're going to use this document and we're going to add a link to this. As you can see here, we just started doing already. You can see join now, Google Meet. Okay, but let's say we don't want to probably Google Meet again. Let's say we want something else. Let's say we want to add our website, visit us. Okay, we want to put our website there. So how could we go about doing that? Well, what we have to do is just delete this one and visit us on, right? visit us on our website. Okay, see if we can change the color. Something with green. Let's go white, I guess. Or we can stay with that red color. Okay, now finally we have completed. So we're going to add our URL to this thing, okay? And we're going to make this, going to add a hyperlink to it. So let's save this work and convert it to PDF. If you're familiar with WPS, I'm using WPS 2019, and here is the shortcut key to convert to PDF, okay? Okay, now we have our PDF document. So wants to see it? All right. So this is our document, right? This is, as you can see right now, there is no hyperlinks to it. There is no hyperlinks, okay? There's no hyperlink. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a hyperlinks right here. So how do we go about doing that? First of all, let's close this one and go back again to PDF Escape. And when we go back to PDF Escape, we also have to definitely start over, okay? Definitely start over. Now, what do we want to do? Upload PDF document to this one, right? So we click on it and choose our PDF document. So I save it, go to my D drive, and I'm gonna find it very soon. Okay, yeah. You can fade, and below is where we're going to add our links. Okay, so this is our organization, our organization, and the organization, we build a website. Okay, my team and I, we build a website for our organization, and now I'm going to show you our website, and I'm also going to take the URL of our website and put it here. All right, so now what am I going to do next? This is our website. Okay, so this is our website, as you can see. Okay, this is our website. So take a little bit of a time today because of the internet connectivity. It's not stable. All right, so this is our website. You can see all of these, they're all linked. All right, they're all linked. So now I'm going to publish this one. Okay, I'm going to preview this one so you can actually see what is it all about. As you click right there, you're going to see all of our, you see all of these are all links. Okay, you click on this one, you're going to see it. You click on this one, you're also going to see everything connected, right? So this is a weekly lesson, this is a YouTube video, and all of that. So this is the website that we're going to use. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, or I can just take it back one step and I come here, you see publish, and I click, and I can copy, let's say review unpublished. All right, let's go back. Okay, and here I'm going to copy this one and then paste it. Yeah, but first we can paste it because we haven't selected link, so we have to add the link. Now the pop-up message, you're good to go. Okay, now it's there. Okay, finally. So what next you want to do? And another thing you can also do, you can make the entire page a whole link. You can make an entire page a whole link, right? Let me just show you one example. You can make the whole page a link. Okay, and once it is like that is not always going to pop up to tell you, paste the URL. So what you do is you right click on this guy, okay? You right click on this guy and you object, okay, object properties, and object properties will take you to this. Okay, I'll do it one more time. You right click, objects properties, and here you can paste your URL. Now URL is there. Okay, so now this is a whole, this icon, this page. Once we've done, if you click on this, it's going to take you directly to the website. If you click here also, it's going to take you directly to the website. So now let's save our work. Now our work has been saved. The next thing that we are going to do is to download it. So here we save and download. Okay, now we have our work. Okay, let's open it and see what we have done. Okay, now you see, once again, this is how you notice that. This is how you notice. This is the hand tools. Okay, once you see the hand tools appear, it means that there is actually a hyperlink there to this hypertext. But this hypertext again only becomes active if you click on it. So let's click on this and see. Seems to be working. Okay, guys, there we go. At our website. Okay, and here you can go into our work page and see everything we have. Our YouTube videos are here. Okay, we have our YouTube videos, we have our lessons, weekly lessons, they're all here. Okay, so that's it. Let's go back and try the other from above. Now let's try it from here. This whole thing, it is a hypertext and has a hyperlink. So let's click and you see. Anywhere, you can click anywhere. So you click here, it works, right? Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so that's it. So that's how it all works. For the PDF document and the flyer, the posters, you can use that as well. So now let's see what else we can do. When with using Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So now working back. So this is the software we're going to be using today, Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. This is 2019. Okay. Now you see file, edit, image, layout, tab, select, filter, 3D view, Windows help. So what are we going to do? Is going to open a new. Okay, we're going to open a new workspace. So we come to file and we click on new. Then here we have default Photoshop size. We're going to use the default one. Okay. And now we have that one already. So we are going to import the work that we did. So we come back here to file and we come on open. And we look for our work here. Okay, we're going to use the same work for all of our practice today. If you have the time to design everything here, you can do it. All of the as you can see here, they're all of these features here, they're all useful. You can use the text, paint, color, all of that. But I've already done that in Post-Tama Wall, so there's no time to redesign it using Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. Now what are we going to do today? We're going to add a hyperlink, okay, using this document. Okay, so after we've done with this, we are definitely going to see how amazing this work is. So right here, if you can see all of the tools we're going to use today, the most important tools you're going to focus on today is the slash tools, okay? The slash tools, right? So you click on the slash tools, and wherever you want the link to be is exactly where you're going to slash it, okay? So there I want the link to be there, and I want the link to be here, and I want the link to be here also, and I also want the link to be here. Okay, now we've got it. So what next are we going to do? We're going to right click on this highlighted portion here that we have slashed, okay, and if we want the link to be here also, we can put the link there. Okay, all right. Now all we have to do is right here, as you can see right now, we right click on it, and you get to edit slice options, edit slice option, and there you can give it a name. So we're going to give it a name, Google Meet, and there we're going to post our URL. Again, we have to go back for our URL, and then when we come, we'll post it. Okay, we are back. Now we can post it, post our URL, all right, and that's it. So after doing this, all right, after doing this, we click OK. Now we have our URL here, and the next one, you go to Facebook, right click, add the slash, and we put there face. Sorry guys, book. Okay, and again we have to go back and get our Facebook link and a URL or web address. Okay, and we've pasted it. Okay, next one is our Instagram. Edit slides options, Instagram. Okay, and then paste my URL. Okay, and Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So now it's YouTube. Enter slash YouTube. I have to go and get my YouTube. Okay, this one. And I paste it. Okay, now we have done, but we still have some work to do. Okay, we're not completely done yet. Okay, we are not completely done yet, but we have actually accomplished what we were supposed to do using Adobe Photoshop CC 2019 to add a hyperlink to our document. But what next are we going to do? Well, that's a good question. So what we're going to do right now is you come back to file, okay? You come back to file, and here you see export, right? You see export, and then you export save for web, right? Save for web. And then you click on it. Then this screen, another screen is going to pop up, right? To visualize the whole thing, you can do it this way, or you can adjust it this way, and it's still going to be great, right? Now, you want the preset, you want to use PNG 24, or you want to use JPEG, right? So you can use JPEG hat, or you can use PNG 24, right? So anyone works. So I'm going to use PNG 24, okay? And yeah, it's okay, interlace, bit of color profile. Yeah, now that's all you have to do, right? That is all you have to do. Once you're done, okay, once you're done, you just click on save. Okay, you click on save. Now, how are you going to save it? How are you going to save it? Make sure that the format is HTML and images. HTML and images. Okay. How are you going to save it? Well, you can save it like so simple name. Okay. Let's just say poster one so that we can be able to find it easily. And we're going to save it on our desktop, but in a folder. Okay, let's create a new folder for that. Let's say demo work. Just call it demo. And in here is where we're going to do it. Okay, yeah, and we click open. Then we save. Done, guys. Now let's go and see what we actually did. Okay, So I'm going on my desktop, and I'm going to start sharing from my desktop. And here on my desktop, I have this new one called demo and images. As you can see, okay, these are all images that we just work with. I think something is wrong. This post up with HTML is not supposed to come that way. There's a problem with that. So let's go back. Okay, let's try to use JPEG. Okay, let's use JPEG, and we can save it. Okay. Okay, guys. Pretty much everything's fine. Just to know what's going on there. Okay. Let's save. Here we have. Okay. All right. Format HTML and images and file name. Maybe we can change the file name to something else. Say it's supposed to come out. To practice. One. And where we save it. Our desktop. Oh, see. Okay. All right, now let's see again if this is work. Okay, I got you. All right, guys. So that's it. We're right. Now we're back. And here, as you can see, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this guy properties. We're gonna change the properties, and we're gonna make our default not notepad. It should be one of these browsers. All right, now we're good to go. Now, let's see what we have done. Okay, so what we have to do now is we have to double click, and I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll show you what we have done. Yeah, so as you can see right here, okay, we have it because the reason is it is just as it is right now because we save it as a web. Okay, we save it as a web page. But what if we don't want it to be a web page? Whatever you want to send it to, let's say an email, want to send it via email, want to send it via Instagram, want to send it via WhatsApp, Facebook, and etc. So we will get to that. But for now, let's see if this one is working for us. So let's just try the Facebook. All of them, as you can see, right now, you see the hand tools. That means they're all hyperlinks. Okay, you click on the Facebook. Oh, seems to be working. Okay, it's working pretty fine. It's working pretty fine, and that's a thumbs up for us.